Good day, good day, good day, everyone, and welcome to All for Sussex. Just want to give a couple of thoughts for this morning about how the media routinely uses certain words to capture your thoughts, but also to guide what you're thinking. So, overall, there are a lot of words that are associated with Harry and Meghan. Words like can't, words like bad, words like failed, things of that nature, all of the negative words and the negative connotations. And then when you switch over to other family members or other persons in the royal family, we use words like they slayed, or they wowed, or they were so fantastic. We use words that are all positive, even though you're describing actions that really do not lend any type of actual goal being reached. It's just an interesting thing to think about. I'd like for us to look at that in terms of some of these old books that we used to read many years ago. And one of those books, one of my favorites, was George Orwell's 1984. And remember, folks, I'm sorry to, and I must apologize, that everything under All for Sussex, sometimes that X is going to stand for science fiction because that's one of my faves. But anyway, in the George Orwell novel, there's a description of something called the memory hole. And what this refers to is much about things that are written and different pictures that have been taken. And it's sort of a description that everything, when you see it out laying about, that you must drop it in the memory hole so that it'll be forgotten. And the reason in George Orwell for making sure that things were instantly forgotten is because the very next day the story may change. Often in George Orwell's novel, they were covering up who you were at war with, why you should be angry with a person, who exactly is supposed to be your enemy, and things like that. Well, today we all know that Harry and Meghan are supposed to be the enemies of the world. We don't know why exactly, but we're told that they have been mean to the royal family. They've done awful things to the royal family, that they've destroyed the queen before she died. Somehow, these two people, Harry and Meghan, have alone, by themselves, destroyed the entire planet and its future. And that's what we're supposed to believe. And for some reason, 3, 4 countries worth of people in media in all of these countries, they can only repeat these specific statements. Harry and Meghan, awful. Harry and Meghan, failed. Harry and Meghan, cruel. Harry and Meghan, can't. Harry and Meghan, awful. Again, I repeated that. But this is what the media is telling you. The mainstream media, or the UK tabloids, or the Australian tabloids. And if you look at that, there's a conglomerate of ownership. Old men. But for some reason, stepping outside of the bounds of what they have deemed to be appropriate is definitely making you the enemy of the state. I want everyone who is supportive of this family and hoping that Harry and Meghan thrive, at least so that they can have a wonderful future, since they have chosen to embark on a future on their own. I want all of you who are out there thinking about them and supporting them to just pay attention to those words that you see. And be advised, be aware that those words are being planted in your mind, and they're there to make you upset, to try to gain power over you and to try to control you. And just like in the book or the novel written by George Orwell, 1984, just like in that novel, there was only one aim, one ultimate goal, and that was control of the masses. And your question to yourself, and the questions that we should have throughout our lives, is why is it that there is someone always lurking in the shadows that wants to control everyone else? What is that about? So I'm hoping that each of you will kind of take a deep breath as we go along and watch how these people flourish. Because I think with every one of these challenges, every week there is a negative challenge. And I think that at the end of each week, the family of Harry and Meghan demonstrates that they will succeed over that next challenge, over that next hurdle. But be advised, like I said, we can see what is being thrown at them, and we all know that their attacks will never stop. Okay? Attacks coming from evil people, they do not ever get tired. Keep up your prayers.